Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to add more of the normal brass compass and the more modern orienteering compass to your DayZ Community private custom server by modifying the .xml types file. So first things first, nip over to your server provider. In this example I'm using Nitrado. You may well access this by FTP, but if you're using Nitrado, click on the web interface, and then what you're looking for is the file browser down here on the left hand side, and then you want to find the DayZ PS_missions folder. If you're doing this on PC, you've got to dig down a couple more levels, but you'll find this one, and then you click on that, and then you'll either see Chernerus for Chernerus, or you'll see Enoch for Livonia, or on PC sometimes I think you see both, so you just click on the one that you're using on that particular server. And then once you're in, we want to look at the DB folder, this one here, DB, and the file we need to modify is the types.xml file here. So what you want to do is you want to download that file, and then when you've got it downloaded you want to make a copy of it, so if you make a mistake you can just always go back to the original. Once you've done that, you want to open it up in your favorite text editor. I go with Notepad++. It's a free text editor that adds a lot of color, so you can see if you make a mistake, especially with the opening and closing tags of your arguments within the XML file. It will show you almost straight away that you've deleted the wrong thing or added something wrong, and you can correct it. Whereas if you're just using something like Notepad, or if you're doing it using the web interface, you don't always see that stuff. So to find the compass, I'm just going to do Control F, and I'm just going to, I've already typed compass. There we go, so there's the compass. So let's have a look. Let's see what the situation is. Now, as I'm recording this video, it's 1.09 October 2020. This may well be different when you come to look at yours, but at the moment there should be 70 compasses spawning on the server. That's the nominal value. And they start restocking when they go down to 50. So it'll start restocking, and then one will restock every 1800 seconds. And the lifetime of this item when it's sitting on the server is 86,400 seconds. So when it spawns one in, it stays there. This could well have changed by the time you come to edit your files, because I think Bohemia Interactive are looking at the lifetime, because they've increased the lifetime from 1.09, and there's a lot of complaints about how loot is just hanging around for too long when it should be disappearing, and it should be going back to its spawn location. If we look at the flags, we can see that it's only counted on the map, so that's pretty good. So it means that if a player has one in his backpack or in his hand or in a box at his base, or if he's buried it, it's not going to be included in that nominal 70. And it's categorized as a tool, and you'll find it in military and hunting areas. Okay, so the first thing we could do is we could say, well, it could well be that, on your server you don't find enough compasses and you want to add some more. So I always think you're okay adding between 25% and 50% more of something. Not everything, but the things that you want more of. So that was 70. So I don't know. Let's add it up to 100, and let's change the minimum to 90 so they start respawning faster. So if we save that and uploaded that, we would get more compasses. However, what we might want to look at is the usage name as well, because at the moment you can only find them in military areas and hunting areas. But what you could do is, if you wanted to make it easier for people to find them, we could copy and paste those, and we could also add town, like so, and village into the usage name. There we go. Because every item within DayZ has what it actually is, so weapon, vehicle part, tool, food, container, clothes, etc. But then it has its location tag, and these are all the tags that you can add to items in your types.xml. And so that will make that item spawn in different places. So by adding town and village, they're now, not only have we added more compasses, but they're going to be spread out in easier places to find as well. So you're much more likely to find them, because especially for new people as well, is you probably won't know where things are. Now that sounds a bit silly, but it's funny, as you've played DayZ a lot, you kind of get a feeling for where things are. You know that when you're going around a village, you always look in the outhouses, the little toilets outside, because there's normally good stuff in them. You always look in the bus stops. You always look on the tables where the maps are. Because you always look in sheds, because they're all the, when you're looking for compasses, when you're looking for spades, when you're looking for nails, all these things that kind of are there, and you go generally through the houses and other buildings as well. But that can help an awful lot. I always thought it a bit odd that the brass compass appears in military locations. So that's the brass compass. So now let's go on and find the orienteering compass. There it is. So as we can see, the orienteering compass, there should be 50 of them. The minimum is 30. Again, they're only counted on the map, not in people's hands. So let's make this up this to 75. Let's up the minimum to, I don't know, 60. And as we can see again, it's classed as a tool. It's found on shelves in towns, villages, and hunting. So what we could do, if we went back to our other compass, what we could do, if we copied town and village from there, and then go Control F, find the next compass again. Oh, actually, it's already in town and village, isn't it? So we don't really need to do that. So what we could do is we could just type paste. We've got town, village, hunting. So let's get rid of that one. And let's just add in military. There we go. So now the orienteering compass, we've added more orienteering compasses. They're going to be found in town, villages, hunting areas, like those platforms you can get on, and areas that are near those platforms. And you're also going to find the orienteering compass in military locations as well. So we've added more, and we've added more locations for them, which kind of can spread them out a little bit more. But it especially helps new people again, because as they're wandering around, they're more likely to find these things. And I think some of the base items, like compasses, water bottles, backpacks, say shotguns as well, those base things you need to survive matches, that sort of thing, it's good to have them in probably a few more locations than the vanilla game would have you have if you're running like a PvE server or a beginner friendly server, so people can find these things and they can start to survive and survive past that first hour, rather than getting trapped and getting stuck. So at this point we've increased all the values, so you would save the file. I would recommend that before you upload it to your server, you go somewhere like xmlvalidation.com and just check that it's valid, because it's easy to introduce mistakes, and then you can track the mistake back. Just remember that the mistakes that are often about the comments, there's an army comment in the config, spawnable types XML, sorry, that is wrong. It's not wrong. The game ignores it. It's been in there forever, so you can ignore that. And then once you're ready and everything's cool, go back to your server. You want to stop the server, upload the file over the top of your existing XML file, and restart your server. And then in due course, you'll then get more compasses and more orienteering compasses. Remember, the lifetimes are very long at this point in time in 1.09, so stuff does hang around for a long time. Now these should be new spawns, so they should start appearing fairly quickly. But remember, there's only a limited number of places for stuff to spawn, and if stuff is hanging around. The other thing is that with 1.09 as well, is when there's nobody on your server, it basically goes to sleep, and the loot economy stops working. So say you were on your server with your mates at the weekend, and you then do a load of changes, and none of you plan to be back on that server, your own server, until the next weekend. What used to happen is during that week, the server would continue to be running and deleting loot and putting loot in, and deleting loot and putting loot in. That doesn't happen now. When you and your mates log off, the server goes to sleep, and it doesn't start that process again till you start logging on again. So this is another reason why stuff keeps hanging around. So anyway, there we go. That's how you add more compasses and more orienteering compasses to your DayZ Community Server. If you found it useful, hit like if you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.